Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is wonderful to be here just with this short little video for you today. We are going to explore how to use up some scraps and possibly look at an exciting little bag that I've grabbed from my recycling today. So it's Angela here again, and if it's the first time to my channel, a very warm welcome. And of course, if you've been a long-standing supporter, I cannot thank you enough for all your support and kindness, and welcome back again today. So what are we going to have a look at? Well, I have been rummaging around and picked out a bag. This is like a brown paper bag, so the same kind of paper that you would wrap books with back in my day at school. This was one that I think had some was it bread or something like that in, so I just like the crinkle sound, and I thought, well, I'm going to try and keep those and see if I can make a project out of it. So that's what I've been using. So yeah, it's got a little bit of oil staining there from the oil, but that's not deterring me. I think, you know, we put beeswax on things to get the same effect. It doesn't smell bad, and really it's just a little bit of oil. So there we go. I have used these, and I would imagine if you had deli bags or any other brown paper or just brown paper on a roll, it would give you the same effect. But I have these, they were for free, and so I thought I'd make something out of it quickly. Right, so I've got a little mock-up here of what I've done so that you can see. And this is the little cutie that I've made. And I have just, you can see I've used that as the cover, as the base. I've just got a little bit of sari on the back here, a little butterfly, one of my little sentiments and scraps that I've been throwing in my scrappy pile. So I love using those, all little bits and pieces. I've sewn around the edge of that one, put on a little butterfly from my pastel butterflies, and that's what it looks like there. On the back, I have just slid in one of my vintage cabinet cards, because it's a nice little notebook thing that you can use and maybe talk about the image that you've stuck on the back here. So that comes from my vintage cabinet card. So that's what that is. So this, I'll show you what I plan to do with it. Sorry for the stretching, just to grab the project that I'm working on. So this is what I said would fit into the little pocket on the side here. So if you open that up like that, let's move it over a little bit, this little pocket over here, this would fit perfectly inside here. All right, so that's what we are going to be making today, and then that would close just like that. All right, so I'm going to take that out, put that back there, and move this out the way. All right, so how did I make this? Oh, I didn't show you inside yet, so let's just open that up at the moment. And then all I've got on the inside are a little pocket over here, so you could easily put some other cards and things on that side. Just added a few little positive sentiments here, and these are just tea stain pages or avocado stain pages, lined bits and bobs that I put in here. I've sewn it into the signature with some embroidery thread actually, so that's not hard to do. You can make any sorts of notes. I know when I was researching my family tree, there were lots of sort of birth records, death records, christening records, and you always need lots of paper to write this stuff down when you are following one particular person. So it's nice just to have a little area where you can write down on each and every page just that person's details and the various pieces of information that you find about them. All right, so just a little scrappy notebook, another little pocket on the back there, and as I say, I've kept that one plain, but you could put anything on there at all. So I've just thought that would make a nice little bit to go on there, but of course the options are endless. So that's what we're going to have a look at. So it's a nice quick project, and you could do this with any of your scraps that you have at all. All right, so I did sew around that one, as you can see there. So it's all depends on you. I won't be sewing on the one that I'm going to do now. And I just love the sound, and it's pretty flat, as you can see, pretty flat. Okay, so let's put that one aside. Let's have a little look here. So all I did was I took the bag that I wanted to use, and I just opened it up like that, and I folded the edge over to the width that I wanted. Now with this one, I've just gauged it. I haven't even measured, but I will give you the measurement. I've pretty much just folded this to the halfway mark of the bag. So once folded in half like that, I then just folded that to the middle there like that. And I've just decided how long or how short I want this. So I'll give you some measurements there. Then I've just cut that out along the lines there, and you end up with something that looks like this. Okay, so you've got 2 layers here. Now, what I did here was I did sew around here. You could sew and leave that part open. You could have a pocket here if you wanted, or sew around there and leave the top section open like over there and have a pocket in there as well. I mean, there's so many different options, but a great way to use up any of these brown paper bags. And I know in a lot of countries you have paper bags for your shopping, for your groceries. That's another way that you could use these up. All right, so that's what I've done here. Really simple, really quick and easy. But if you are new to journaling, this is going to be a project that might interest you, because it's not hard at all and a great thing to start with. Right, so just some measurements here. You're looking at 8.5 centimeters for the width. In inches, that is about just shy of 3.5 inches. The length of this is just 4 7/8 of an inch, and in centimeters you're looking at about 12.2 centimeters. All right, so that's what we've got. That's our finished size here. So this way you would need double, because you need to have the bit to fold behind. Okay, so that's what we've got there. So I'm going to just put that there. As I said, I then went and stitched just around the edges here. I've stitched around here twice. You know, just I like them sort of a messy edge look. So I've just done that twice there like that. Okay, so that's what we've got as our little base. I love that crackly sound. All right, so let's just start with the front. We've got some bits here that I've just put aside. So I've got a little half a doily. Now these are my scraps, so you can use whatever you want. This is just from my doily kit. I used half and I had half over. So I'm going to put that down. And then again, I've got some other scrappy bits here that I've pulled out. These are from my freebie. This is from my Purple Passion kits. I'm just going to see how I want these, and I'm going to get them stuck down here with my glue, so nothing fancy. Something like this. I want to cover that point there. I could actually just tear that point off, so let's just do that. All right, so that will put that like that. We'll put that down there like that. We'll put that close to the top just to cover that point, and then we'll just put that one sort of there or thereabouts. Then I've just taken, this was actually from one of my tags, and I've just cut around that one side and left the rest of the tag as it was. So I'm going to just put that somewhere here, sort of like that, maybe a little bit higher. Maybe pull that a bit lower. And this is what I do just to ascertain where exactly I want everything at the start. And then from there, I take it and see what I'm going to do with what. So I'm going to just turn that a bit. Once I've got it all where I wanted it to be, then we can go and stick it down. Right, I think I'm quite happy with that. So I'm just going to move these bits again, and we'll start with this. So let's just do that. Right, so how have you guys been keeping? I hope that you've had some lovely time to yourselves to do some crafting or whatever it is that you enjoy. Some people have many hobbies, gardening, you know, lots of different kinds of things, walking. But the weather here at the moment has definitely been, and I'm not moaning, it's been more of a crafting situation weather-wise for me. The weather's not great. We've had lots of rain, and I'm always happy to have lots of rain, so I'm not going to complain about that. So yeah, I hope wherever you are, things are looking all right, and not too bad for you in any extreme. So I do hope that. I have had some wonderful time, spent lots of great time at my Facebook group. We've been sharing lots of inspirational shares and all sorts of ideas and things we like to use, and you know, helping each other, and it's always lovely. I do thoroughly enjoy myself there, and I learn such a lot from people. You know, you never know everything. I don't think that we can all know everything, so you know, it's every day's a school day, even for me. Helping each other, so with our journal ideas and thoughts, so it's fabulous. You are most welcome to join us there if you have the same sort of ideas and like to learn, or you know, pick up some inspiration from others. Always welcome. So it is called Angela, Fans of Angela Kerr Designs, so please don't hesitate. Right, I'm going to stick this down, but before I do that, I had a little piece which I've now lost. What have I done with it? Just a little piece of tulle, but that doesn't matter. I've got another piece over here, so I'm just again taking from my little scraps. Oh, here it is. It's lying on my lap. Just a scrappy bit here. It's really soft tulle. I really like using this. And I'm going to just put a little scrap there. If you've got some lace or you know, anything that's in that scrap pile, grab it and see what you can do with it. It just gives a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to stick this down. I'm going to put a little sentiment down, and I say that so that I just see where exactly I want to position it. I think I'm going to position it sort of at the top there more. So I'm happy with where I'm going to put this. Yeah. Yeah, so all is good. Been having lots of fun creating my memory journal, which, if you haven't seen it already, is just such a lovely Christmas or gift idea, such a special treasure to give somebody. So if you have lots of family photos or memories or ephemera, come over and have a look and see how to put that together, because that's going to really house them beautifully rather than lying in a box or a tin or something, or an envelope. Would love to see what you're able to do with that. So we've had some great posts on people who've got great grandparents, or they're the person that holds all the family photos, etc. So really lovely. Okay, now I'm just seeing where I want to put this. I think I'm gonna just put it here. Yeah, there it is. And I am loving sentiments as well, such positive messages to keep us focused. Positive reinforcement, so nothing wrong with that. Here we've got a little pastel butterfly, and I do love butterflies. Right, butterflies signify growth, evolving, and I just love what they represent, and they're beautiful, so why not? Right, I think I've got everything down there on the front so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on inside, and then I've just grabbed using from my collage sheet. So here's one of the collage pages, and then I'm going to use this, which is one of my freebies in my Facebook group. So I'm just going to put down some little inside pieces of sheets of paper here, just to firm up the edges. So you know, that's a great way to use what you have. Now if the page isn't long enough for this, that doesn't matter. This one isn't, as you'll see, so there's nothing wrong with that. We'll just do this, and then you'll see I just take another scrap, because we're going to make a little pocket there, so you know it doesn't matter that it doesn't go straight the way down to the bottom. You're using up your scraps here, you're making these little scrappy notebooks, and I think that they make a great addition to journals, or you know, part of a happy mail or anything like that. So you know, great way to rid yourself of those scraps and make something useful, and I do love doing that. Right, and then the same on the other side. I'm just going to take another piece of that collage page, going to stick that down. Thank you guys all for your wonderful messages as well. I do appreciate it. As you know, it's just lovely to hear what you're all getting up to and doing here on YouTube. So I do appreciate you leaving me a little note. If you don't have to, of course, if you enjoy the video and you don't want to leave a message, you're welcome just to leave a thumbs up, and then I know that you've enjoyed it. So not to worry, you know. Of course, if you just enjoy watching it, that's fine too, you know. Right, so this one could have gone a little higher actually, Angela. Let's just get my finger underneath there. Right, there we go. So I've got that down. Now I'm just going to, just to make that not so bland, I'm going to just put on a couple of sentiments. I think I'll do it that way. So believe in love. Oh yes, do. You know, so we'll just stick that one down there. And you can put anything in these pockets, as I said. Maybe you've got some train tickets or little bits of ephemera, or you know, your grandparents' driver's license, just anything that's little that you want to just not have lying in a drawer, you know, to go into this keepsake journal. So anything at all. And then on the back page, all I'm going to do is I've just used that freebie, cut out a piece, and I thought on this one I would actually just put a little bit of a back to this one, like that. And then we could just put some glue on there. Right, so there we go. Got it all sorted. We're good to go. Good to go here. Okay, so there's it all. The whole cover is done. That took us no time at all. Right, you could stitch around this if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do now is very quickly just show you how I stitch this in. And what I've got is just some scrappy bits of paper. So what I did was I've just taken, this was just a notebook that I very lightly avocado stained, and these are just some very light tea stain pages. So I have just cut these slightly smaller. They're not even all the same height, because it is just a scrappy notebook, and as long as they are going to be smaller than my cover, which they are, I think I have put 4 sheets in here, 4 sheets, which make, yeah, 16 front and backs. Okay, so there we go. Now all you need is a needle. This is quite a thickish needle. Gosh, my hands are full of glue. I'm using embroidery thread in here. You can use whatever you have. I've just got a piece of faux. This is what I usually use to pierce my hole when I'm piercing the holes. And then I do need my pokey tool. What have I done with that now? Here it is. Alright, so I've got my pokey tool here, and this poor thing has seen better days, but I do love it. Right, all you need to do now is get the middle of the pages that you're going to be using. Just get them all centralized there. Turn your cover around. This is a great bit of practice for journaling. It's the same sort of method, but on a much smaller project now. It gets you into the habit of doing this and get you some practice. So just stick your thumbnails in there just to get it centralized. I've just put these quilting pegs on there, and they are really handy. Now the way I do this, and I'm not going to even measure, I'm guessing the middle of my pages here. So I hold it up together with my fingers and I just press straight down like that. So there you can see there's a hole. Now all I'm going to do is just move that out the way. I'm going to ensure that I have the same distance at the top here. So I'm just gauging it as I should have at the bottom here. Okay, now if you're not great at gauging it, you can measure it. Then I'm going to just take the halfway mark between these two, which is about there, and I'm going to push that through there, and then the halfway mark between these two, and I think it's about there, and I'm going to push that through. All right, so there you have it, all 5 of those little holes. It's as quick and as simple as that. Then you're just going to take your little thread again. I'm going to just clip it underneath one of these little pegs, clips, go straight through the middle. Yeah, come out at the front, so you're into the second one, like that. Give it a little pull, not too hard. Then into the top one, give it a little pull, back into the middle one, or the one we just came out of before. Then you're going to miss one and go into the one from the bottom. Like that, give it a little pull, go into the very last one now on the left hand side, give it a little pull there, and then back into that one again, little pull, and then we're going to go into the middle one again. Okay, so this is a great way to get some practice on how to do the 5 hole pamphlet stitch, because this is the way you would do your journals. Okay, take off your clips, give that a little pull, and while you're holding that, just give it a little pull there, and then just make sure that these are all nice and tight, which they are. All right, if they're not, just make sure that you pull it through until it is really tight. Okay, so we've got that now. Make 2 knots. Okay, now I'm going to just make a tiny bow. You don't have to do that. It's never good for me to make a bow on camera because I can't get my head close, so I might not do that on this occasion. Might do that afterwards. Okay, and then I just cut off the threads so they're even. All right, so there we have that. Now we've got our little book all nicely sewn in place. You can even stamp little goodies on here, or stick little flowers, make little drawings or whatever to frame the pages, like that, you know. There we go. Right, so we've got that all in place. Very happy with that. I thought I'd done the wrong thing there. Okay, you've got your pockets here, so you can put little goodies in there as well. You might want to put something on the back, and there we have it. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my yarn here. This is lovely yarn. I'll show you where I get it from in a minute. So I'm just going to wrap that around like that and pull that over a little bit. And I'm just going to tie that loosely over here like that. It's much thinner than using sari ribbon. So, you know, I wouldn't make a knot, but I'd make like a loose sort of closure thing over here. All right, so that's that little one done. And again, you could just take one of these cabinet cards, or a little image, or a little piece of ephemera, and slide it in there as well. Let me just have a look over here. I don't think I had anything on hand, but yeah, that gives you the idea. Would look nice with a lovely flower image or something like that. Okay, so we've got 2 of those done, and that took us no time at all. Just want to show you where I get the yarn from. This is what the Nesso yarn. This is called Avril yarn, actually. It comes from Nesso Studios. Sorry, I got that totally wrong. I do love using this, and I've got it in lots of colors. I just wanted to show you what it looks like if I can find the beginning. So yeah, let's just take that off there. I did sort of cut different lengths. So if you have a look at this, when you get this, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pieces of yarn in one. And I've just used some of that one now, but you can use all of these for different uses. That's a beautiful one as well. I love those ones that look like little flaggy bits. This I love to use at Christmas time or anything special like that. And you can unwind those lengths and wind them on onto separate little spools if you like. Alright, so that's called Avril yarn, and I get it from Nesso Studios on Etsy. And you can see over there, Nesso. Alright, so if any of you are interested. The other thing that you can use is just something like this, which is just eyelash trim, which this is a Sadar one, I think, Funky Fur. This is also a great one to use as well. So, you know, you've got different options. Okay, everybody, thank you. Just a short little video I thought that I would share with you. I'm going to put this particular one into my project, because this one goes with the pages. So I'm going to just turn that over and slide that into my little project over there like that. Okay, so there we go. There's that one done. I hope you've enjoyed that. I look forward to seeing what you think about that idea and using up all your scraps. And I look forward to us getting together again in our very next video. So I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.